Well, SACCI's come out saying that it's becoming increasingly concerned about the cost of traffic congestion to the economy, conservatively estimating that the cost to the economy is approximately 15 million rand per hour, and that just in Johannesburg alone. With me in studio is Peggy Drodskie, Executive Advisor to SACCI CEO, and then also with us, Jack van der Merwe, CEO of the Gautrain project, to update us on progress we're seeing on that front and whether it will be bringing much needed relief on schedule. Thank you both for joining us in studio this afternoon. Jack, I'm going to start off with you here. Let's run through the progress we're seeing in terms of the project being on track, and is everything on track as far as progress is concerned?
Yes, we are finished just about with the big civil works. So we're busy going into building the 10 stations. A lot of electrical mechanical work is being done, setting down the tracks, the power, the signalling, the communications, testing the rolling stock. So we are happy that the progress is as expected.
Looking at the phases, everything on schedule, and when can we expect to see things full steam ahead?
Well, we are hoping to open on the 27th of May in time for the soccer, the airport Sandton link, and then next year around about March to open the full system, Johannesburg, Tshwane, Gautrain, Sandton.
Some progress being seen on that front, Peggy. At the same time, I mean, just driving down the N1 in Johannesburg, you see the development that's being taken in terms of road infrastructure as well. In the meantime, while all of this is underway, it's costing the economy. And that headline figure I read out earlier, just very, very startling. I mean, let's go through what it's costing Gauteng alone.
Right. The estimate that we did is very conservative. We got the statistics from Stats SA, and we found that there were approximately 180,000 vehicles that travelled along the Pretoria-Johannesburg highway between 6:30 and 8:30 in the morning. We then found that that was both directions, so we had a look at one direction only, so we reduced that to 90,000 vehicles. We then had a look at what the Stats SA household income and expenditure said, and they estimated that the average income was 170 Rand per hour per person. We looked at one individual per vehicle, which obviously is not really true, because although a majority of vehicles only have one driver and no passengers, quite a few of them do have more than one person. So that is also a lower thing. And we did not look at the cost of fuel or other maintenance costs or anything else. So it was based purely on one person per vehicle, 90,000 vehicles from between the period of 6:30 to 8:30 in the morning, and the income that they would be earning.
Oh, well, of course, reading through your report, it's been highlighted that this is exacerbated by the extent of projects we're seeing on the motorways, which promise improvement certainly in the future, but at present constitute a cost. Is there any way or any other way of getting things better, though? I mean, surely this is a matter of just waiting until things do come to the fore.
It is a matter of waiting, and we look forward to when all those roadworks are completed. But unfortunately, South African drivers as well are not the best in the world, and we do find that there are many unnecessary accidents. It also takes the emergency people far too long to get to the scene of accidents, and that also adds to the delay.
So, of course, we've had SACCI calling for some reaction from authorities to deal with issues like this. Certainly, Jack, costs like this impede South Africa's economic recovery in a context where the global economic crisis is still very much underway. Just how much relief do you see the Gautrain bringing in this environment?
Well, we think Gautrain will have an impact on 30% of the traffic in the corridor, but I think one has to go one step back. Fundamentally, economic growth implies a growth in or demand for movement of people, goods and services. And we have to look at how we're moving the people, because, you know, we're building new freeways, we're improving the freeways, but you can't build yourself out of congestion. You have to say the most efficient way of transport is public transport. Yeah. And you have to start moving towards public transport, because we know Ben Schoeman is going to be finished and it's going to be an extra lane, and it'll be great for 2-3 years, and then it's going to be congested again. You can't keep on using an inefficient mode to move people.
That having been said, Jack, I mean, I know it's possibly too early to gauge right now, but are there any forecasts out as far as expectations for the way South Africans are going to start using the Gautrain and what anticipated uptake is set to be?
Well, you know, if you look at South Africa at the moment, our public transport is a mode of force. People use it because they don't have a choice. So it's really classified as a poor person's way of travel, which is wrong. You have to move public transport to become the clever choice, to become a mode of choice, not a mode of force. Now, the only way that you can do it is to offer a public transport system which is compatible and safe and dependable to driving in your car. Now, if you look at the Ria Via, at the BRT system in Johannesburg, they're busy designing it in Tshwane, in Ekurhuleni. If you have a public transport system that you can move towards, then you can move the mode. You can move the modal choice of the people going from private to public.
Well, Peggy, as Jack's highlighted, I mean, the Gautrain's usefulness will be contingent on those supplementary modes of transport as well, programs such as the BRT system and taxis. Are you confident in all of these projects meeting the deadlines and solving some of the problems that SACCI's highlighted?
We're not confident that all the problems will be solved, and I think part of the problem that we face with Gautrain is in fact that the way in which people operate their businesses does not make it easy for them to use a train between Johannesburg and Pretoria. Many people who work in Pretoria live in Johannesburg and vice versa need their vehicles during the course of the day because they go outside to vehicles. Until such time as we can actually change the way in which meetings are held and in which people actually operate their daily business lives, we're going to find that they are going to continue to use their vehicles. Well,